Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MURPH Media. This video is going to be a little vloggy, if you haven't noticed. I'm actually going to build my own case in this video. It's kind of been an ongoing process of gathering parts and such because I'm also building a LAN rig at the same time. So it's going to be kind of a little smaller system. So obviously I got a mini ITX system and here it is. Booyah. There it is. Look at that. Look at that. Boom. Alright, so it's an AMD based system using an 860K for the CPU. I got, what is it? Some PNY. I got 8 gigs of PNY memory. The speed's like 1600, you know, something really basic, you know. It's using the GTX 770 from my old system. I picked up a 750 watt power supply. It's semi-modular from a brand I've never even heard of, but that's fine, you know, whatever. The board is actually the only not used part. It's a A86X motherboard from MSI. Mini ITX has the Wi-Fi card, which is what I really wanted. Drive-wise, it's like some old Toshiba drive that I had just laying around. And I have an optical drive for random reasons, I don't know why. Optical drive probably won't go into the final build, so that's fine. But this is the system. I'm not gonna go through any pricing right now, because that's for later. It runs pretty well. It runs things pretty well. I'll go through the pros and cons later. But what am I going to do for the case? The case is going to require some wood. It's going to require some aluminum or tin. It kind of depends. But you know, let's just go up to Lowe's and see what we got going on up there. Alright, so we came back from Lowe's. It was a successful trip. Yeah, we got some wood. We got some tin or aluminum. I don't know. It's not aluminum, but it's sheet metal. But yeah, let me go through and I'm just going to kind of show you what the layout is right now. So there you go. So I don't know if you'll be able to actually see the pencil markings and such, but yeah, you can. Alright, so basically where you see kind of like shaded in areas is where I'm going to cut it out. I'm just going to cut a hole. It's going to pretty much be like this. So I'm going to do an open air build. Alright. I'm not going to do any sort of plexi covering over the top of it because I don't know if I'm actually going to use this cooler yet. So I'm gonna save that for later on. I might pick up a more fancy cooler and see how that works out. But we do have the graphics card set up where it's supposed to go, the motherboard where it's supposed to go. What about this? You know, it's really kind of hard to explain. This is actually going to be tilted at like a 45-degree angle. And this stuff up here is going to be on flat. So you're basically just going to have this kind of like thing that looks like that, right? And the computer's going to be right, and then the buttons and stuff are going to be like in the back of that. So you're going to see that once it's all built and everything. Shouldn't be too tall. I'm thinking it's going to be about, you know, 1.5 feet maybe. I don't know. So maybe a little more. But all in all, that's pretty much what we got going on. I do have these kind of like a little nuts and bolts here for the motherboard mounting, and I have a cool idea for that. washers if needed. I don't think I'll really need them though. And then the side panels are going to be that sheet, and it's going to be fastened via that way via screw. I'm going to just drill a hole in on the side here. That's why I got 1 inch. But yeah, so I'm kind of at a loss here. It's not really lost, but like I'm at a standstill because now I have to use, you know, power tools and such. And at my apartment here in Denton, I don't got anything, but my dad over at his place, he's got everything I need. So I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know if I'm gonna finish the video there, but I'm gonna go use those tools. So yeah, let's get on over there. So went ahead, finished out those holes, and I also went ahead and jigsawed up the other holes for the cables to pass through. Now, okay, it looks like shit right now, and I understand this. It was very quick, very sloppy. I plan on going through with a Dremel. I was also trying out this other thing I used to be able to do, and I can't do it anymore. So that's okay. All right, trial and error. It's fine. Still gonna use this, and I also have that other piece if I just foobar this one so much that I won't be able to use it. But I'm gonna come through here with the Dremel, kind of clean things up a little bit. Hopefully I got a Dremel around here somewhere. I think I left one here. Yeah, but there we go. There's that. It's coming along nicely. So I kind of ran into a little thing, right? For motherboard mounting, what I was gonna do is I got this little like nut and bolt combo here, and I was gonna get these nuts, right? And I was going to glue them over the holes that I drilled, like so, right? And then use those as standoffs, and then just lay the motherboard over and screw them down. However, since I will be moving the system around a little bit, I don't really trust it that much for like the glue and stuff to hold. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to Lowe's. I'm gonna find pretty much the same thing, just longer screws or bolts or whatever, and I'm gonna glue these on the back side, and I'll even kind of countersink them and everything. So yeah, it's I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do that. I think that will be more secure, and definitely won't just rely on the glue to hold the motherboard on. Alright, so now that I got these longer screws, what I went ahead and did is on the back side, I countersunk the holes a little much, but whatever. Countersunk the holes and threw the bolts in there, or the nuts in there, and went ahead and threw some epoxy. Once that dries, I'll go ahead and cut everything. Cut the plank into what it needs to be, and then I'll kind of start piecing it all together. So I said to hell with it and didn't film anymore, but I did get a lot of the other stuff done. I have the panels made. I'm probably going to keep this side open, but do like a centerpiece with a handle to grab and pick up. Here's the motherboard. Motherboard fits on it really well. Holes look fine, so tomorrow I'll finish it up, get some like trimming on it, or at least try to. Got the clock face and the power button in, and those look nice. So yeah, there you go. All right, so yeah, I just didn't film today. but that's okay because I'm filming now, I guess. I pretty much got everything fabricated, and now we're doing kind of like the fit and finish stuff. Over here on the ground, we got these aluminum pieces. I actually just found some aluminum angle just chilling in here. So I went ahead and took that and cut them in these angles and drilled some holes in them. And those are actually going to be trim pieces on the side to just kind of clean up that edge. It looks really good. Everything else, wow, I got, all right, so here's the back of the actual case itself, and I got the wood stain in here just all over the place. That's gross. I should probably wipe a little bit of that down. Anywho, yeah, so here is the power supply mount. It's going to be kind of vertically mounted. Then I'll get like a command strip or something and just kind of use those at my leisure. But I guess you want to kind of see the stain. I'm gonna have to wipe this stain off here in a second. This is the second application, but it's gonna look really good. All right, there's that. And then over here we got the side panels. I went ahead and painted those black. I think that with the aluminum trim look good. It's a very sloppy paint job, so you know, quick and dirty, like we do. So yeah, I guess at this point it's just kind of finishing up, putting it back together, and building the system on it. So I guess I'll go ahead and do that, and we'll kind of have an update later on. Well guys, the PCI cable came in. I got it all finished and fitting together. It's running great, it looks great, and you know what, here it is. Actually, no, you don't get to see it. No. Just kidding. Roll the B footage. Guys, it's built, it looks great, it's running great, but how much did it cost? All right, I've kind of been keeping that on the DL this whole video, but let's go ahead, break it down. I got the PSU and the RAM from the same person. I've met them on Craigslist. I picked that up for 80 bucks. The PCI riser cable, I got the one from Thermaltake. It's actually off their Core P5. You can get them on Amazon. It's around 40 bucks after shipping. Case materials, when it was all said and done, it was about $75. For the motherboard, after coupons and just codes and stuff that are available out there, on Newegg, I picked it up brand new for $50. The button itself was $20, just the button. And the CPU was $60 from eBay after ship. All this is after shipping. Now, as for the parts I already had, that was the hard drive and the GPU. A GTX 770 right now, used can go from anywhere between 150 to 200, so around 175. A 250 gig hard drive you can find used for about 25 bucks or free, but I'll go ahead and say 25 bucks on that. So acquiring all the parts, you're looking at about a $525 investment. Really good for a pretty solid machine. However, I did splurge on a couple things. What could I have done to, you know, make the build cheaper? I spent money on shipping on the power supply and RAM when I could have just gone and gotten it. However, I did not really have time, so I spent an extra $15 there. The PCI riser and the case materials, these both go down to just the design of the case. I could have made a less intricate case, less parts, less things on it, right? I didn't need the clock, I didn't need as nice a wood, I didn't need the metal side panels. I could have done a more simple design, which could have gotten rid of the PCI riser card and got rid of a lot of the actual cost of the entire system. I could have spent about $45 and still come out with a good system, just with a different design of case. The button is kind of fancy. I could have saved about $10 there. If you really wanted to save some money, go with a 750 Ti or something like that, used, $100. There you go. Great card, will run just about everything right now, and you're just gonna have to crank it down a little bit. So you're looking at $350 after saving $170 with just some tweaks to the build. I feel like this is a good representation of what you can do with a limited amount of money. I've been posting a couple videos about buying and building budget systems. I went ahead and did one for you, and I even made a cool custom case. This thing's probably going to be my LAN rig for right now. Probably going to try to take it to a couple LAN parties and cons and stuff, see if I can enter some competitions with it, see what people say. It was just a really fun project, got me back out in the shop, which I haven't been in a while. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it. I couldn't care less either way. And you guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day.